What is up, everybody? Welcome to the market report. I am Hagen. Let's get into the charts. Okay, first off, look at the S&P. It's doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I had gotten into a tentative position a couple of days ago when I had made that video saying don't bet the house, but there is opportunity. Pretty happy about that. Does seem to be doing what I want it to do. I would not be too surprised if we tested the all-time high zone once again. I'm looking to see how strength is around this zone. We will be coming into resistance around the 350 zone. So I want to check on the shorter term time frames and I want to see, you see this? This is not strength. This is strength. When we start to peak above, we break new highs and we're not just shaving off. So if this guy right here had just started descending again, I would be more apt to believe that we're going to hit a new low. However, optimism wins the day, and we are looking good. We might be retesting those highs. So don't get too crazy, but if you did get in earlier, then enjoy the ride. Next up, gold, my boy. How's gold doing? Well, gold's not doing terrible. It's not doing great. It is at least holding its own. We're not out of the woods yet, folks. We are still in a descending channel. We're still in somewhat of a retracement. So be cautious. Don't get too crazy. Um, what do I think that gold is going to do? I don't know. It's still in the middle of this range. It's yet to be determined. I would want to see a breakout past about the 1800 zone. If I start seeing some strength above there, then we can tell that we have broken this price channel. And then it's off to the races once again. So I did get somewhat of a tentative position in when we hit these lows, just like I was saying with the S&P. I had pulled out uh, right when this consolidation has started to hit. I had pulled out a good amount, and I'd sat and I'd wait, and then, you know, it wasn't ideal. So I put a little bit in, and I've been riding it out, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So it's good to be diversified. And it's like I was saying earlier in the other video, yes, I opened a position in gold, but I also opened a position in silver. I also opened a position in the S&P, right? So if metals don't do super great, I still have my S&P position. If S&P doesn't do great, there's a decent chance that metals are going to do good. If metals start to fail and the S&P fails, I'm pulling out and I'm getting into cash, right? This is why we want to be dynamic with our core positions if we are actively trading. We want to follow these market flows, go where the money is, and learn the correspondences between these core assets. If you know the inverse relationships between these assets, and you're able to use your indicators to read what's happening, and you follow along, without skipping too many beats, a lot of money for yourself pretty easily. It's a lot easier to do that, especially when we're talking about swing trading or long-term positions, core positions. It's a lot easier than day trading, right? And I'm not against day trading, but actually I enjoy working with core positions a lot more. The gains are more conservative, but the drawdowns are next to non-existent, right? So it makes for a very carefree trading experience. It's very fun for me. I think that that's something that we should all try to cultivate with our trading is to find an area of relative comfort where we're still challenging ourselves, but we're having fun with it, right? And that's one of the biggest things. When we're having fun, we learn, we make better decisions. Never come from a place in need. That was in my last video too. All right, silver. Try not to rant too much on you guys. So, silver, similar story with gold. We are seeing the strength that we want to see. Now, here's something that I noticed. We are seeing more strength in silver than we are in gold right now. Interesting, would you? I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that silver is an industrial metal. When the S&P gains value, silver is going to gain value because there's an expected increase of production demand. Silver, of course, being very important in electronic components, among other things, surgical equipment too. Um, Mostly moving to stainless steel these days, but silver actually still does have a place in the medical field. So we're looking good. Glad I made that trade. Holding on to it, waiting to see what happens. The way that this is looking now, if she keeps on holding strength, I would not be surprised if we tested the 25 mark. So that's cool. Something to keep your eye on. Not guaranteed just yet. So UUP dollar. What is going on? Dollar is falling. This is good. This is what we want to see. Because this tells me that liquidity is entering the market again. People are trading, people are speculating. There's more of a risk on sort of attitude taking place. This is what I want to see when I'm getting long into equities, especially. So, always, always keep an eye on the dollar. This is going to tell you what the sentiment of the market is in a way that, in a verifiable metric. There's a lot of sentiment indicators out there. There's volume, there's stuff like that. Pair these things together. What's the volume telling me? What's the dollar telling me? What are people saying? Another little trick you can do is search results, SEO. So what you do is you look up the search results for a given industry, a stock, you name it. And this gives you a very clear metric for interest in an asset. Whatever people are talking about, focusing on, researching is where the money's going. So if I noticed that there was a 20% increase in the search results for USO, oil, well, now I know that there's an interest in oil. What kind of interest? Because that's not always bullish, it could be bearish, right? But this tells me that there's at least an interest in that asset, and that tells me where the money is moving, right? So something to keep in mind. I will be making more videos on specifically like how these processes work, but I suppose in the meantime, I will just rant at you folks, and I will read these charts. This is still a new channel. I'm still kind of getting my bearings with making videos, but I really enjoy it actually, and I hope that I can at least give you guys some pointers that I wish I had had a long time ago. You know what I mean? So, alright, everybody. Happy trading, and you take care now.